Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if this is your first time. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide today. We're gonna actually just hop right into the cards, and I'm gonna remind you guys very quickly that if you would like to check out the company that I've partnered with, I'll put the link below as well as my discount code, Lunar10. It's Shilajit. It's a very, very powerful natural tar-like substance found in the Himalayan mountains, and it's great for, it's high in antioxidants, it's anti-aging, gives you focus and endurance, and ton of minerals, including fulvic and humic acid. So do check that out. My favorite is their honey sticks, because it is a very earthy flavor, guys. It's strong. However, the benefits outweigh the taste, okay? The benefits are tremendous. So it's very good for you, and it's really helpful for the fatigue that we feel in this journey and all the physical symptoms on the ascension journey, on the ascension path. So do check that out. And if you are interested in working with us, you can check out the website that is listed below. We have all of our offerings on the website. And if you are interested in working with us for the April group Transformational Twin Flame program, registration is ongoing for that. We would love to have you. And I know I said in yesterday's video we were going to make an announcement today, but we've chosen to wait until next weekend. So do stay tuned, continue watching the videos, continue checking the community tab, because we'll have a special announcement next weekend. In the meantime, guys, we are in the middle of April, almost officially in the middle of April. And I know some of you are feeling like, Sarah, I don't feel like I thought I was gonna feel. You're calling these the magic months of April. In fact, you know, one of our clients that was in our previous group and that we work with privately as well, she emailed and said, this doesn't feel magical at all. She's very frustrated, feels very detached from her twin flame, even angry at him, feels like I could never, how was I ever interested in this person? This is not a good person. So the conflict right now, the internal conflict is real. There's also an energy of feeling like maybe distant, like feeling as though you want to confess who you truly are to your family members or your friends, but then not being able to do so. So feeling that sort of conflict within, where it's like, I want everyone to know that I'm an alien and that I'm a starseed and that I'm a twin flame, and I just want to tell my story, and I just want people to embrace me and embody this so that I can live a life more authentically. However, we know that that's not always the case, and so we often feel frustration at not be, you know, kind of having to wear 2 or 3 different faces or 2 or 3 different masks. So if your counterpart is wearing a mask, it might be beneficial to ask you, your own self, where am I wearing a mask? And I also want to remind you guys that feelings are not permanent. One of my favorite yoga instructors, Noah, who was going through a breakup at the time, said to us, and this was like 10 years ago, and he said to us, you know, I said, how are you doing? And he said, I'm breathing. Like I'm breathing, and that's all that I have the energy for. And you could just tell it, you could feel it, it was palpable that he was heartbroken. It was written all over him. And the other thing he said to us is, as he was teaching that day, it was a very authentic, he was always authentic, but this was especially authentic and from the heart. And he said, no feeling is permanent. And I was just like, wow, to hear it said in a yoga class, you know, at the height of my yoga career and at the height of, you know, really, really being immersed in that environment was very incredibly life-changing for me. No feeling is permanent. So in other words, don't attach to what you're feeling now, because the feeling is not you. You are not the feeling. The feeling will pass through you. You are the vessel through which the feeling passes. So when you feel that way towards your counterpart, you're pissed off, you're angry, you're scared, you're upset. Many of you have also expressed recently to Holly and I, you feel as though you're not going to be able to ever feel that way about your counterpart again, and then you feel like you're going to be alone forever. And the feminine is really exhausted. The feminine is really tired of, she's almost distraught because she doesn't want to be alone or end up alone. And you know, there's even this feeling coming through the collective, like, I don't want to die alone. You know, I feel this very urgent kind of energy or tendency or thoughts that are coming through. Masculine energy is pulling at me again. It's making it hard to breathe. and the feminine energy is kind of doing the same thing. So I'm feeling it from both directions. Wake up feeling tired and exhausted as if you fought a battle. And, you know, I just want you guys to know that you're not alone and that this is very normal. So when I do my readings, these aren't just readings. These are educational sessions. These are coaching sessions. We're going to talk about ascension symptoms. We're going to talk about the real truth of this journey, because there's a lot of things that Holly and I discuss in our group. We are going to offer it 2 or 3 times, probably at least twice this year. So in April and then later on in the fall sometime, or winter. But what we talk about is, you know, it covers the journey and what is this journey, and why am I on this journey, and how do I stop the longing, and how do I stop the obsessive thinking, and why am I obsessing about this person, and why can't I move on, and how do I find balance in my life, and what are these ascension symptoms, and what do they mean? Because you can feel like you're going crazy on this ascension journey, which, by the way, is kind of what the masculines are feeling. Guys, in all my private readings that I've been doing recently for my twin flame readings for clients last week, every single reading is that the masculines feel like they're losing their mind. They're going through significant, massive, life-changing transformations right now. And guys, you've probably heard me say this, but I'm going to remind you again. The masculines, when they go through their process, it's quick and it's fast, and they don't know what hit them. So I just want to remind you guys, if you have space for compassion, to have compassion for their awakening, because they are awakening at a rapid pace now. So, you know, we've talked about the easy bake oven and how the masculines kind of looks like they just come out of the easy bake oven. And you're like, are you kidding me? I've been healing for like decades or years at the very least, for the feminine at the minimum, and the masculine just comes through and wakes up and is healed one day. But it's just the difference in the journeys. It's not like one is better than the other, right? It's just the difference in the way that the two move through the journeys. So try not to attach to anything right now, guys. Everything is very fluid right now. Everything is moving very fast for the masculine and also for the feminine. So don't attach to things. Don't attach to circumstances, okay? You might also find yourself right now really wanting to spend money, feminine. So be careful. Holly and I have both been experiencing this. So be careful. I'm not going to say limit. I don't like the word limit. Limitless is good. But just be mindful. Spend mindfully is what I will say, okay? So the overall energy right now is, you know, here we go again with the same cards are kind of coming up over and over again. Beliefs, confidence, co-creative power. So we have the magical realms coming in sort of to assure both counterparts, you know, have faith and belief that you guys are co-creating this together. It's very easy to blame the masculine. It's very easy to blame anyone other than yourself. And nobody should be blamed. It's not about blaming yourself or blaming someone else, but it's about taking accountability for, you know, deciding to be human, coming to this earth at this time and opting in. We opted in for this, guys. It wasn't opted. We checked the box and we knew exactly what was in store for us. You are strong enough to move through this journey. You are wise enough. You are loved. You are special. You carry a force within you that's very potent that this world needs at this time. So don't doubt who you are. Don't doubt why you're here. I want to make it clear also that we don't just work with twin flames. We work with anyone moving through the ascension journey. We work with you if you're divine feminine and a masculine body, or a male body, or a divine masculine and a female body. It doesn't matter. Gender, sexes, it doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's a label. Twin flame is a label. Everything is a label. Black, white, female, male, you know. It's like we can look at things in such a limited perspective as humans. The soul is expansive. So this is an expansive energy. Apply that towards the journey right now. And remember who you are, and remember that you came here to co-create with this person. You are one soul. The goal is detachment. And we're gonna explain why in our program. there's just so much more to it. You can't explain it in one fell swoop. You have to dig into the details. We also are going to be dropping 3 separate workbooks that will be included in this program, by the way. 3 separate workbooks that we are currently working on. One will be a comprehensive twin flame journey workbook, and then we will have a separate one for the divine feminine's journey and a separate one for the divine masculine's journey. They will be sold separately as well as bundled up, and you can save if you buy all 3. But I think it's important to see all perspectives because, guys, you embody both feminine and masculine within you. Just because you look at someone and say, that's my divine masculine, doesn't mean that you don't have masculine energies within you. Try to apply the reading today for your inner masculine if you're a feminine watching, or for your inner feminine if you're a masculine watching. Try to expand your perspective right now, guys. Guys, if you watch Feel Good, I talked about him yesterday. Look, the energies are moving really fast right now, and the ego is trying to hold on to what it once knew, and so we can't. So you're likely experiencing death in certain ways. The ego is dying. Some of you, unfortunately, might be experiencing physical death or loss around you. I have one of my yoga friends, and she lost her husband. He just didn't wake up one morning. He was 41 years old and healthy, and he was doing great things in this world. He retired from the world of finance that he had been in for like 15 years and opened up an addiction recovery center on the West Coast of the United States, moving from the East to the West Coast. And within a year and a half of that, he just never woke up one day. So this life is meaningful. Every moment, every day is meaningful. Don't waste it worrying about how to figure out this twin flame journey. We're not meant to figure it out, guys. It's not meant to make sense. This is why we have programs. This is why we have individual coaching sessions and healing sessions with you, so that we can help you comprehend it from a different perspective, a higher plane, so that we can start to integrate that wisdom that you already have. You already have access to it, but we help you tap into it. We help you create inner balance and understand that, yes, it's painful. Yes, it can be confusing, but when you truly, truly embody the journey of the spiritual union, it's not the physical union ceases to matter. It's that you understand that that is not the end goal. That what we're seeking here is wholeness within ourselves. If the whole entire world were taught from birth how to love ourselves and how to accept ourselves and how to feel whole within ourselves, we would be able to create harmony. We would be able to have peace on earth. The majority of crimes that are committed are because people don't love themselves. Right? It's like the majority of pain on this earth, or maybe all of it, is because of a lack of self-love, a lack of self-acceptance, a lack of self-worth. As I speak that, we look at this card of forgiveness, redemption, rebirth, regeneration, So this energy of not dwelling on what was, but instead focusing on the regenerative properties of this connection, guys. You're going to go through cycles in your connection. You're going to go through cycles of death and rebirth, cycles of darkness, cycles of light, cycles of separation, cycles of togetherness, cycles where everything makes sense, cycles where nothing makes sense, okay? You're going to doubt the journey, then you're going to have full faith, and that faith will be restored in the journey. This is part of what we signed up for. This was never going to be easy. It was never going to be laid out in front of us. But it wasn't meant to be. If we wanted that kind of a journey, our soul would have chosen a soulmate journey. Our soul would have chosen something a lot simpler. And if you're a soulmate watching, I'm not saying that your journey is always easy. But what I am saying is that the complications of existing on this earth, knowing that there's a person that is your soul in another body, presents a different level of complication to the 3D relationship. So a soulmate 3D relationship is a hell of a lot easier than trying to have a practical 3D relationship with your own soul. There's a lot more to be said about that, guys. But, you know, there are certain parts of the journey that you just can't Google and find information on. And this is why we created our programs, our coaching programs, our healing programs, the individual sessions, is because we understand that there's a lot of inaccuracies and fallacies out there surrounding the twin flame journey and the dynamic between the twins and what this means and why we're here. And there's a lot of romanticism. It's all romanticized. It's like, la, you know, it's like doves and rainbows and gold pot and butterflies, and you're like, yeah, it feels like I'm dying, right? So Holly and I are real. We don't sugarcoat the journey. Some people may not want that. Some people want it to be sugar-coated for them, and then you're in for a rude awakening on the other side of that. We don't sugarcoat. We speak the truth. We also try to throw in some humor in there, because let's face it, without humor, you probably wouldn't be able to survive life, period, and definitely wouldn't be able to survive the twin flame journey. So I'm just gonna throw in, and some of you will get this, any ladies from my first group watching Brown Dicks, just gonna throw that in there. And if you haven't watched that video, I don't remember which one it is, but that phrase accidentally slipped out when I was talking about building a foundation and talking about the masculines, and so it became an inside joke with my group. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to, don't take yourself so seriously, guys. Don't take this journey so seriously, okay? Don't attach so much to what you're feeling in this moment. Be like water, be fluid. Because everything is fluid right now. Everything is changing. The promise. Look at these cards. Soulmates, attraction, partnership. It's almost like I couldn't say it any more clearly if I wanted to. I mean, you know, it's sometimes the cards just tell the story. They just speak for themselves, guys. Know what I mean? Masculine's journey right now involves learning how to listen. I like it a lot. The angel of alchemy, the angel of transformation and change and magic. And then listening to their gut, solar plexus, throat chakra, assistance from the divine realms. And I'm kind of interesting to see the 11 number there for the masculines. I feel like they are seeing numbers and signs and synchronicities now more than ever before. And it's not as scary as it once was for them, because they're deeper in their journey. They're deeper into the journey of self-discovery, and they're learning that these gut feelings have potency and they carry weight. And they're learning that maybe they've never listened to those gut feelings. Maybe they've ignored them. So there's a transformation occurring here with like really feeling into their truth. So this would involve creating more of a mind-body balance, or let's say a head-heart balance, and acting more from their feelings versus from their head. And I'm seeing this even with the masculines that I'm interacting with, you know, out in the world. I'm seeing this when I talk to guys. A lot of masculines are very vulnerable right now, and they're opening up. You know, if you just talk to them, they'll open up to you like, oh, you're a healer, I need a healing. Like that would have never happened before. So things are really shifting for the masculine energy in 2022. So if you feel like your counterpart is closed off right now, there's nothing for you to do. You don't have to prove anything to them, right? You don't need to send them links or articles or videos or, hey, check out Sarah, or check out this reader, or here's a book, or look up Twin Flames. That's the worst thing you could do, is tell them to look up Twin Flames on the internet, on the interweb, because what they're going to find is a bunch of bullshit. And it's like all romanticized, and it's like, oh, The Notebook. I mean, they were soulmates, guys. You know what I mean? So like, let's call a spade a spade. Most of the movies out there deal with soulmates, not twin flames. Some are twin flame. There are some twin flame movies. Maybe I'll put up a list of some of them. They're interesting for sure, and they don't always have that happy ending, so people don't always want to watch them. They're not going to be as popular as The Notebook, because in The Notebook, even though it's a sad ending, they still end up together. With twin flames, you know, it's more it's the journey, it's the struggle. This is, however, a forever love. And what we want to show you guys is how to navigate the journey in a way that makes more sense, in a way that's more feasible, in a way that's easier, in a way where you don't feel like you're going crazy, or you want to scream, or you want to drop and cry at work during the day, or where you just feel like, what is happening? Where you feel like your world or life is crumbling around you. We want to help you regain your sense of composure and balance, because this journey will test the very limits of who you are. It will test you more than you've ever been tested before. We know that we are connected on this higher plane. You're always connected on the higher plane. So when you're upset or angry or raging at the 3D person, when you calm down a little bit, go and connect to them on the higher plane. The story is playing out crucially exactly as it's supposed to. Okay, your story is playing out. You mapped it, they mapped it. You guys share a soul, right? For the love of God, you share a soul. They're not the villain of the story. That's what I want to make clear in today's reading. They're not the villain. I know, look, you got, many lifetimes. The masculines are aware, guys, because these cards, the many lifetimes has come up in a lot of the twin flame readings that I've done recently. They're hyper aware at this time. They're like, okay, I get it. I understand. They're not in that stage of doubt anymore. They might be fighting the 3D, fighting themselves in the 3D, or fighting the collapse of their 3D still, but they're not in doubt of who you are or what this is. We're gonna stop there because there's more that I could say, but they want me to keep the messages short right now because it's harder. We have a lot of upper body upgrades going on, guys, so it's harder for me to articulate, harder for me to speak right now. My jaw has been it's been in a lot of pain. As you guys know, I'm still recovering from slap tear in my shoulder, as well as a frozen shoulder in that same shoulder. So I've been dealing with a lot of pain and dealing with it naturally. I can't even tolerate CBD right now. I sunk into a severe depression after taking that for about a week. They don't talk about those side effects, but it can happen. And so yeah, Advil doesn't touch it. So I'm dealing with the pain as I heal. And so I have to rest and I have to honor that. But also, you guys wouldn't be able to digest the 40 or 45 minutes that I've done in the past. So enjoy this reading, guys. Enjoy the messages that came through. I will be back soon with another reading. And have confidence. Have confidence. That's all I'm going to say. Have confidence. All is well. You are a divine being, and none of this is an accident. Take care, guys. We hope to see you in the program. We hope to work with you. Thank you to my amazing moderators and everyone who stepped up to help anyone else on this journey while you're going through your own struggles. Thank you for all of the incredible Amazon wishlist purchases that you guys have gifted me. They're absolutely incredible, and I'm so very thankful and grateful. I have over 50 card decks now. I have some cat toys. Many of you have gifted me with cat toys and cat beds, and Charlie's actually sleeping in the cat bed that was recently purchased. He loves it. It's his favorite little hiding spot because he's still scared of the new house. But you guys are amazing. You guys are family. So take good care, guys. Take good care, family. I'll see you soon.